here we are, finally making use of these planters I sealed last year with teak oil. I purchased cocoa coir liners or mats, usually used for animal cages. It's a little bit deeper than I need it to be, so I stuffed some juice and containers, plastic containers down there, so drainage won't be a problem. And then this obviously will keep the soil in. Oh, and we're putting the ground cherry in here. Let me show you that. I planted this indoors, I'd say around March, and it has outgrown this about 2-gallon container. 3 plants came up. I have let them dry. They've been outside here acclimating to the outdoors, and our weather is going to be consistently in the 50s at night, so that's, I feel, is good enough for them to stay outside. They have started spider mite damage, so that's why I started them outside a little bit sooner than I wanted to, but they've been fine. But now they're dried out. They have outgrown their pot. The roots are really good. It's not root bound. No, let me take this to the space and then I'll disassemble it. Now my original thought was to separate one of the plants and just leave 2 in this bucket and put another one in its own bucket. But after uprooting it and seeing how intertwined obviously the roots are, I feel that's probably silly. I could also just sacrifice a plant, but it's pretty healthy, and you know, at the most will die by its own. One of them or all of them will die on their own, and I have other plants to take their place, but I'm gonna try to keep them all. So this is the original, the size of the pot they're in now. So I need quite a bit that I need to fill in the sides, and I don't have all that too much great soil, so I've got some old soil around, and I'm gonna fill in the outer ring and go from there. So I got a bucket and a half of old soil, which was great. It had great mycorrhizal growth and worms and other bugs in it, so that's gonna make up the bottom and outline. And then in the middle I did some little twigs at the bottom, some grass, old grass, leaves, and then a little bit of potting soil, like 2 inches for the foundation for the base. And then now I'm gonna plop the plant in. And that bucket didn't have holes on it because it was inside, so I'd put a couple of, I guess I will, destroying the roots. So I put a couple of egg cartons with holes at the bottom, so it kind of served as a reservoir, so I never had root rot. On that gap. Alright, that's pretty good. Now I'm just gonna fill in with some potting soil, water it in good, and should be good to go. For those who don't know, ground cherries, or in this case Aunt Molly's ground cherries, are in relation to tomatillos. You wait for the husk to brown and the fruit to fall. That's why they're called ground cherries, before they're perfectly great to eat. They're tartar. They will be more tart the less time you let them ripen. The more time they're in their husk, the better they are. People make jams and jellies with them. I eat them right off the plant. It's so delicious. It's really, I don't know why more people aren't growing these or don't know about them. they produce prolifically all summer long. They are fantastic. Grow yourself some ground cherry. They're really easy. Alright, I gave this several hours to perk up because anytime you transplant something, it looks like a limp noodle. So now it has been watered very deeply. I mulched above the soil. I put a cage on it because we were having crazy winds all the time. And yeah, it's very likely that this will snap. Before, it was leaning up against the house, so that was protecting it. But now that it's out in the open, it would likely suffer from all that wind nonsense. So now it's perked up. I feel good that this will be a successful transplant. We'll probably, lose a fair bit of the old growth. A lot of spider mite damage. But it's very early in the season, so new growth will come in. And we'll still get plenty of fruit. Oh, many months to come. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.